The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Zuckett. Welcome to the program for this 25th day of January 2024. And we got a wild card for you today. We got the Cleveland Indians in first place in the American League East. And I was going to do them next week because they play the Minnesota Twins, but I was supposed to do I had scheduled for myself the Angels and the A's because we haven't had Oakland on yet. Oakland will get on enough this season. But we want the Indians while they're in first place and they're playing the Texas Rangers, who are off to a slow start at 5-8. The Indians are 9-5 on a rainy night here in Lake Erie. And again, when we show you the standings between the third and halves of the fourth inning, a game lead. And so it's the Indians and the Royals who are in first place right now, not even 10% through the season. But they've earned the spot, and it's Charlie Huff and Tom Candiotti who will lock up. So, Gino Petralli fans, this one's for you. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Tonight, from Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it is the Cleveland Indians and the Texas Rangers, and today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So it is a rainy night here, 53 degrees, winds blowing at 7 from left to right across the lake. And as you can see, it's Charlie Huff, who's 0-2, and Tom Candiotti, who's 1-2. Candiotti's a pretty good pitcher. Charlie Huff, the wily veteran.
Play ball!
So Bernie, 16-month streak. Congratulations. Thank you very much for the resub. How you doing, John? Hope you're feeling better. Forrest? Good morning. Here is the Rangers lineup for you. Jerry Brown, the governor, will lead off at second base. O.B. McDowell will bat second and play center field. Scott Fletcher at short will bat third. Pete Incaviglia cleans up in left field. Pete O'Brien at first will bat fifth. Steve Kemp, the DH. And if you remember Steve Kemp with the Rangers, you're a better man than I, Gunga Din. Gino Petralli behind the plate will bat seventh and just pick up Charlie Huff's knuckleballs when they stop rolling. Steve Buechele at third will go eighth, and Cecil Espy, I know the awards are not named for Cecil, will play right and bat ninth. Candiotti can go the distance if needed. Defensively for the Indians, Mel Hall is a 5 and a 2 in left. Joe Carter, an 8 and a 5 in center, and Corey Snyder, a 7 and 9 in right. Brooke Jacoby, a 6 at third. Bell is a 6 at short. Julio Franco was a 5 at second. Willie Upshaw is a 6 at first. Yep, he played for Cleveland. Andy Allenson, a 6 and a 5, or Gary Allenson, a 6 and a 5 behind the plate, and Candiotti, a 7 on the mound with a 981 fielding percentage. Candiotti, thank you very much. The Giants now have a special teams coach. Let's all rejoice. Candiotti, 31 years old. He's a knuckler, so it's a knuckler versus a knuckler. When he throws a fastball, it goes to 84. And he's a ground ball plus pitcher. Making his fourth start of the year, he faced the Twins on the 14th, so 6 days ago. 9 innings in a 3-1 loss. 148 pitches. My gosh, that's rubber. 9 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. So overall for Tom, 26 2/3, 21 innings, 8 runs, 7 earned. A home run allowed. That came to the Rangers, probably down in Texas on April 4th. He walked 7 and has struck out 16. Good afternoon, Jamie. How are you? So with all that, Candiotti is ready. 53 degrees. Winds blowing left to right at 7. Great day if you're a Brown fan. And speaking of Brown, here's Jerry at 239. No homers and 2 RBI. Yeah, knuckleball pitchers opposing one another is very rare. Be non-existent today. And both pitchers, by the way, have high pitch counts. This could be a double CG. Pitch to Brown as we get started. Ground ball to Franco. Julio throws to first, and that's how this one starts, 1 out. I'm not sure how Cleveland will finish the year. O.B. McDowell, by the way, at 204, a triple and 3 RBI. But because this division is so tight, I told you right from the start, I think they can contend. And right now, they're doing just that. In the left field, a base hit. Mel Hall will pick it up. And so a single with 1 out. For Scott Fletcher, hitting .340. 2 triples and 6 RBI. Speaking of very rare, a 3-hitter in the lineup that doesn't hit a home run all year. And that's the case with Fletcher. Throw to first, and McDowell is he back? Oh, they got him on a pickle, and he is tagged out. So Upshaw throws to Bell, and Bell puts down the tag, 2 out. The runner was going. John says, don't remember Kemp actually playing with the Rangers, but I remember an article of his playing day with the Oklahoma City 89ers and how he was the highest minor league player in history. Wow, because he was probably on a 40, right? When they were an affiliate of the Rangers. Yeah, Kemp doesn't have that many at-bats. I think most of you are going to remember him with the Tigers and the Pirates, right? Tigers more so because he was there in 78, 10 years ago. Anyway, Fletcher digs in and gets hit. So the knuckler got away from Candiotti there, and it plunked him on the shoulder on a full count. So here's Incaviglia, Pete at 194, 2 homers and 4 RBI. He has already struck out in 13 games, 15 times, and 36 at-bats. Here's a slow chopper to third. Jacoby goes to Franco for the out there, and that will retire the side. So they get a hit, they get a runner picked off, and they leave a runner on after half an inning. Texas nothing. Here comes the Indians. He was that's right, with the Yankees. One of the overpaid busts by Steinbrenner. Let's tell you about Charlie Huff, who's only 40 in 88, and he'll pitch forever. He's a knuckler, and when he throws the fastball, it's at 86. And surprise, surprise, he is a ground ball pitcher. He's making his 4th start of 34 and is off to a slow start. The Red Sox beat him twice. The last time out 5 days ago, 11-3, he was Christmas treed. 4 innings, 92 pitches, 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 1. So for Huff, he's been quite hittable. 19 innings, 22 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned. He has walked 10 and struck out 9. And the lineup he'll face, Julio Franco will lead off at second for Cleveland. Willie Upshaw will bat second and play first. Pat Tabler, and if you remember, Pat with the Indians and Kemp with the Rangers. I'm sorry. He'll be the DH. He'll go third. Joe Carter cleans up in center field. Mel Hall will bat fifth and play left. Brooke Jacoby at third will go sixth. Corey Snyder in right will bat seventh. This isn't a bad lineup. Jay Bell at short will bat eighth, and it's Andy Allenson. Don't get any of those right, Ronnie. Behind the plate batting ninth, and Huff should go 9 innings, pitch count-wise, if he's efficient. Defensively for Texas, Pete Incaviglia, a 4 and a 9 in left. O.B. McDowell, one of those underrated players from the era, a 4 and a 2 in center. Cecil Espy is a 5 and an 8 in right. Steve Buechele, a 6 at third. Scott Fletcher, a 5 at short. The Governor, Jerry Brown, a 3 at second. Pete O'Brien, a 6 at first. Gino Petralli, a 5 and a 6 behind the plate. And Huff is a 7 on a mound with a .986 fielding percentage. Franco off to a hot start. One of the reasons why the Indians are 9-5. 361, 3 homers already. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie, and 6 RBI. Got him. 2-2 knuckler right down Broadway. Just kind of spun its way through. Here's Willie Upshaw. Willie at 260, 2 homers and 7 RBI. Reminder tomorrow, it is football on the channel. We will pre-play both the conference championship games this weekend using Fast Drive Football, Al Wilson's creation. Upshaw. And it hits, grounds out one into left field. Incaviglia will field it for a single. Bernie says, this matchup is so rare. And Gene Rayburn says, how rare is it? That as of today, the 25th of January, the last time 2 knuckleball pitchers faced each other was August 15th, 2000. I'm sorry, September 25th, 2000. R.A. Dickey being one? Would it have been Dickey and Wakefield? Here's Pat Tabler. Pat at 250 and 2 RBI. John says he's feeling better, by the way. John tested positive for COVID. Never really felt bad. That's good. But the expectorant I'm taking is working overtime. Been sneezing so much, and mine are, or John's, are unavoidably window shaking. Don't eat the baked beans, okay? That you scared the dog. I'm so sorry. Tabler digs in. Runner on first is Upshaw, and Pat grounds this one past Brown in the right field. So, Upshaw, Doc Edwards is the manager of the Indians. So, runner will hold. First and second, 1 out for Joe Carter, hitting 267, 3 homers, and 8 RBI. So, a knuckleball special today on the channel. Pitch to Carter, and he walked. The thing with a knuckleball is you don't know where it's going. It'll have been, September 15th, 2000. I got one pitcher right. It was the Red Sox versus the Tigers. So it was Timmy Wakefield against Steve Sparks. So bases loaded. 1 out for Mel Hall at 283. Excuse me, a home run and 5 RBI. So Upshaw on third. Tabler on second and Carter on first. John says my wife hates my sneezes. If I sneeze when her back is turned, it makes her jump out of her skin. Marital bliss, you know. Pitch to Mel Hall, and that's ripped into right center field. That's going to get at least Upshaw home. Tabler rounds third. McDowell does not have a good arm. Pat will score. Carter runs to third, and it's a 2-run single for Mel Hall. And so the Indians are off to the quick start. Here's Jacoby, 216, a home run, and 7 RBI. So people ask, if I know who we're going to stream. And so early on, you got the Braves this week. You get the Rangers today. And we'll see how long the Indians remain in the hunt. Pitch to Jacoby. Runners on the corners. Struck him out. So between 26 pitches, Charlie Huff has struck out 2. A 1-2 knuckler that Jacoby watched. A hard one at 72. Here's Corey Snyder, 271, already has 4 homers and 8 RBI. Charlie throws to first, and Hall is back. Tosses to Snyder. Petralli doffs the mask in the foul territory to the screen and will not get there. So it's a 1-2 count for Huff. Got him. So somehow on 30 pitches, Huff strikes out the side and allows 2 runs, 3 hits, and the Indians strand 2. And after 1, Cleveland 2, Texas nothing. So O'Brien, Kemp, and Petralli to face Candiotti here in the second. Pete at 222, a home run and 3 RBI. Mel Hall, by the way, used to place extra batting gloves in his back pocket with the top sticking out, fingers first. So when he hit a home run, they would wave to the opponent while he rounded the bases. That's a good one, John. Mel Hall probably had to come up with the elbow armor after getting plunked after that. Pitch to O'Brien to start the second, and Pete draws the walk. So a 3-0 knuckler was inside, and here's Steve Kemp, who was 3 for 12. Nice picture of Steve there. He has struck out 4 times. In the left center field, Carter running over. Does he get there? Gonna dive on the grass and makes a good catch. His 8th of the year, a good center fielder. And he had the range, so 1 out for Petrali. Gino at 167. Not a bad player overall, 282 in real life, 7 homers and 36 RBI. Gino lines 1 to Franco, and Julio will snare it 2 away for Buechele. Buechele at 325, 3 homers and 11 RBI. So 2 teams that aren't expected to do all that well, but these rosters aren't bad. To third, Jacoby across the way to Upshaw, and Willie stays on the bag, and that'll do it. So the Rangers, no runs, no hits, no errors, but they leave on a runner after the walk, and after an inning and a half, it's 2-0 Cleveland. So Bell, Allenson, and Franco to face Huff here in the third. Jay at 196, a home run and 6 RBI. I'm just looking at that because I see the most recent stuff on the chat, and that's just quite clever from Mel Hall. Pitch to Bell. There's a slow chopper down to Brown, almost on the grass, has to hurry, and Bell is out by an eyelash on the bang banger. Brown got there, but he had to wait for the ball to come to him. So 1 out for Allenson. Andy at 271, a home run and 8 RBI. And he laces that over O'Brien into the corner and right. Espy will pick it up. Allenson, a wide turn. But he's back. So that's the 4th hit off of Huff. Inning in the third for Charlie. 35 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and 3 strikeouts. Franco struck out to start the ball game. Charlie delivers. This might be 2. Brown snares it. Fletcher for 1. And Julio's going to reach. So Brown saved a hit. They get the catcher Allenson. And Franco was on 2 out for Willie Upshaw, who singled and scored in the first. Charlie delivers. And he walks him. Second walk for Huff. Here's Tabler. Pat singled and scored in the first. Charlie from the stretch. Got him. So Tabler, who used to play for the Rangers, if I remember correctly, everybody moves up 90, and the bases are loaded again. 2 out for Joe Carter. So Charlie is about as sharp as a butter knife you get at Kentucky Fried Chicken. He walked his first time up. Huff has hit 2, walked 2, and allowed 4 hits. And Carter draws the bases loaded walk. Franco will score, and it's 3-0 Cleveland. Where's Tribe Fan when you need him? Here's Mel Hall. Mel had that 2-run single. In '88, he had 6 real-life home runs, so he got to do the wave around 6 times. Does it say how many times he got hit by a pitch? You know what? He didn't in '88. That's what that HB is up there. So, inquiring minds. How you doing, Mike from the truck? So 2 out, bases remain loaded, 3-0 Cleveland. Hall struck him out, and that'll do it. So the Indians leave them loaded. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They've stranded 5 through 2. And after 2, it's 3-0 Cleveland. So S.B. Brown and McDowell to face Candiotti here in the third. Cecil hitting .250. In real life, .248, 2 homers, and 39 RBI. Got him. A fastball from Candiotti, and that's not what S.B. was looking for. 1 out on an 0-2. Opening 9 for Tom, 38 pitches, 2 1/3, a hit, a walk, and you just saw the strikeout. Brown is 0 for 1. Notice in the chalkboard, it does do a good job in changing speeds on the pitches. Up the middle, Franco has it over to first, or the easy out, 2 away. Here's McDowell. O2B is 1 for 1. He singled. The lone hit for the Rangers so far. That's a knuckler, and that missed outside. So McDowell reaches with a 2-out walk, a full count knuckler at 62 miles an hour. Here's Scott Fletcher. Got an 11-game hitting streak, and he was hit by a pitch his first time up. Throw to first, and McDowell is back. Go throw down to second. Franco can't put down the tag in time, and McDowell, who stole 33 in real life, has his third of the replay. So 2 out. Runner on second. McDowell will score on a base hit for sure. And a 1-ball count to Fletcher. Candiotti delivers. And there's a slow ground ball to Upshaw. Candiotti to the bag, and Tom will take the throw to retire the side. Texas, no runs, no hits. They leave on their third runner. And after 2.5, it's 3-0 Cleveland. So Jacoby, Snyder, and Bell to face Charlie Huff here in the third. Brook struck out his first time up. Base hit left field. Incavilla's got it. Throws it back in, and Jacoby's got himself a single. So Huff has allowed a fair share of base runners. Jacoby not a threat to steal. Corey Snyder struck out his first time up. Lines this one foul. Third base side, and somebody from Akron made the catch, and the count is 0-2. In the left field, Incaviglia running out of real estate will haul that one in, 1 out. It is cold here in Cleveland on this 20th day of April, 1988, 48 degrees. It's still a light rain, and it's coming off the lake from left at 7. Bernie Kosar going, I could play in these conditions. Jay Bell is 0 for 1. Jacoby holds it first, 1 out. Struck him out. That's 5 for Huff. He chased a 2-2 knuckler. Charlie put something extra on it. So here's Allenson. Andy is singled his first time up. 1 for 1. Gonna get another single as that one gets past Brown in the right field. Jacoby will round second. They're going to run on SB, and the throw just gets cut off. So the Indians have runners on the corners, 2 out for Franco, who is 0 for 2. Huff, 18 batters and 2 2/3 isn't getting it done. 74 pitches, 6 hits, somehow only 3 runs. He has walked 3 and struck out 5. Runners on the corners for Franco, and that's fouled. And Charlie can't get there. So the count is 2-2. Huff on this cold night takes a deep breath. And he walked him. So Jacoby on third. Allenson on second. Franco on first for Upshaw. who singled, walked, and scored. If you leave him loaded here, Cleveland will have left on 8 in 3 innings. You can leave on a max of 9. Got him to retire the side, and so the Indians do leave him loaded. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 4th. Cleveland has had all those chances and only has a 3-0 lead. So in Cavilla, O'Brien, and Kemp, Pete 0 for 1. Candiani from the wind struck him out. That's 2. He chased the knuckler. 1 out. For O'Brien, who walked his first time up. And he'll walk again. So good eye, Cobra Kai. O'Brien, a 3-1 fastball, just missed outside. 3rd for Candiati. Usually had pretty good control. That's his 10th walk of the replay. But in real life, in 216 2/3, he only walked 53. Kemp is 0 for 1. Candiati from the stretch. Gets away from Allenson. The throw down to Bell. O'Brien is in there. So that is a wild pitch. And you can understand why we didn't have knuckleballers facing knuckleballers very often. So 1-1 the count. Kemp strikes out. Oh, 1-2 knuckler in there, 2 away, and that'll bring up Petrali. Gino, 0 for 1. O'Brien on second. The Indians have only allowed 1 hit. But Candiani has hit him in and walked 3. To second, Franco. And that will retire the side. Texas again cannot score. No runs, no hits. They've left on 4. And after 3.5, it's the Indians 3, the Rangers nothing. So there, good word, Ron. There are the standings. I'm going to take a sip and we'll go through them. The Indians a 1-game lead over the Tigers and the Yankees. 2 over Milwaukee. Toronto and Boston 2.5 and 3 back. In the West, Oakland trails Kansas City by half a game. Then Chicago, Minnesota, and Seattle. The Rangers tie with California for the basement. In the National League East, the Pirates lead the Phillies and the Mets by 1.5 games. In the West, the Reds lead the Dodgers by 1.5 games. In San Francisco, 3 back. So Paul Molitor hitting .426. Danny Tartabull and Fred McGriff have 5 home runs, and Tartabull's driven in 18. Pat Tabler has been hit by a pitch, scored, and singled. Huff starts the 4th, fouled back, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Charlie's thrown 87 pitches here as we start the 4th. Got him. That's 7. Huff struggled more with his control. In real life, 126 walks and 252 innings. And so far, 14 through 22 in the 3rd, including 4 today. Joe Carter has walked twice, once with the bases loaded. He laces that one in the right center field. Espy will pick it up, and Carter has himself a single. Espy got a late jump, should have made that play, but he didn't. That is the 7th hit for Cleveland. Here's Mel Hall, 2-run single in the 1st. Now his 7 RBI. He's also struck out. Huff throws to first. Carter a threat to steal, and Joe is back. Hit and run is on. Chopper to Huff. Only play is to first, so Carter will move to second. Hall is retired, and there is 2 out for Jacoby, who has singled and struck out. Wow. Do I dare? Do I dare steal it? No. Let's see what he does. Jacoby in the left center field. Incaviglia will go back, but that will stay playable, and that will retire the side. Indians have stranded 9 through 4. How about that? No runs, a hit, no errors. And after 4, Cleveland 3, Texas nothing. So Buechele, Espy, and Brown to face Candiotti here in the 5th. Steve is 0 for 1. And he gets hit. So apparently Candiotti and Huff need to go back to their respective clubhouses and listen to some Janet Jackson because control has been an issue. Here's Espy. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Right back to Candiotti. He goes to Upshaw for 1. I thought he might have a chance at Buechele, but he goes for Cecil. Or Cecil. I think it's Cecil. And that'll be 1 out for Brown, who's 0 for 2. Opening 18 for Candiotti. 72 pitches, 4 1/3. A hit, 3 walks, 2 hit batsmen, and 3 strikeouts. Buechele on second. Brown is 0 for 2. In the right center field, Snyder, that's right field, Ron, will make the catch. Buechele goes back to tag and will hold. That joke was so bad, John sneezed through it. 2 out for McDowell. Odabe has singled, walked, and stole his 3rd base of the year. Candiotti deals, runner goes. Ground ball to 3rd. Jacoby's got it. Brook with a long throw across. McDowell is huffing and puffing, and Odabe is out on a bang-banger. That will do. Halfway home on a nice day here in Burlington. 34 degrees. Got out this morning. Cleveland 3, Texas nothing. Well, if you joined us late, or if you read my mind thinking that we were going to do California and Oakland today, welcome to Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, as the first place Cleveland Indians. It's about, didn't Major League come out in 88, or was that 89? Lead the Rangers 3-0. The Indians are in first place. Mel Hall, a 2-run single in the first to make it 2-0. Joe Carter walked with the bases loaded to make it 3-0 in the second. And again, Cleveland is left on a mess load of runners. This should be a much bigger lead than just 3. Candiotti, a one-hitter through 5, but that's deceiving. He has hit 2, walked 3, and struck out 3. Huff, 7 hits through 4, 3 runs, 4 walks, a couple of hit batsmen, I think. Oh, no, just 1. 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. The Rangers, as a team, have an ERA of 5.87 coming into this. And as a former president would say, that's bad. That's bad. Corey Snyder is 0 for 2 with a strikeout as we start the bottom of the 5th. In the right field, Espy, 1 out. It is still raining. A light rain, if you will. The wind has shifted from left to right now at 7. And the wives, girlfriends, friends, and family crowd here in Cleveland are under the awnings, braving that 47-degree temperature. Jay Bell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's into left center field for a base hit. Incaviglia will pick it up. Brings up Andy Allenson, who is 2 for 2. He has singled twice. See what Huff does with Bell. Charlie goes to the plate. Allen, a snap throw down to first by Petralli. And Bell is back. Fastball high and outside. So ball and no strikes. Keep Bell put. Struck him out. That's 8 for Huff. A 1-2 knuckler chased. So 2 out for Franco. Charlie 27 batters deep. 104 pitches, 4 2/3, 8 hits, a hit batsman, 4 walks, 3 runs, all earned, and 8 strikeouts. That's a mouthful. Franco 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's in the right field. SB runs over, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Through 5, Cleveland has stranded 10. How very Boston Red Sox-like, but they lead 3-0. So Fletcher, Incaviglia, and O'Brien to face Candiotti here in the 6th. Scott is 0 for 1. Sitting on an 11-game hitting streak. Was also hit by a pitch. To third, Jacoby across the way. 1 out. Hopefully wherever you are today, you're having a good day. Here's Incaviglia, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Candiotti, 1-2 on the year. That's the bad news. He's got an earned run average under 2. And that's the third man Candiotti's hit. Tom apologizes for it. Here's O'Brien, who has walked twice. There's a curiosity factor always when a knuckleballer pitches. 2 of them against each other. You're seeing why we didn't see it very often. Pitch to O'Brien. There's a line drive to center. Carter in the alley makes the catch. 2 out. For Kemp, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Left center, Carter moving over, and Joe makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Through all this, the Rangers have left on 6. They've only been held to only have 1 hit, and they trail 3-0. So Upshaw, Tabler, and Carter. Willie 1 for 2, a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. Even with the high pitch counts, both of these pitchers will not see the end of the ball game. Upshot, ground ball to O'Brien. Pete to the bag. 1 out. Candiotti on 99 pitches through 6. Huff is at 110. Tabler, 1 for 2. He has struck out, singled, and scored, amongst other things. Left field, Incaviglia has it for the out, 2 away. Joe Carter has walked twice and a single and walked with the bases loaded. Any of you out there actually go to a ball game here? I guess it's not cheating if you did the second stadium just to go to a Browns game. I'd imagine that the atmosphere for the Browns, as we're looking into, center field as the dog pound, would be a heck of a lot better than it ever was for the Indians, just by the fact that the place seated 80,000 people. This is a pretty good crowd you're seeing in this picture here, and I would venture to guess there might be 25,000 there. The place would be 2/3 empty. Carter up the box. Huff has it. Throws to O'Brien. And Carter is retired. We've played 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Indians don't even leave anybody on. It's still 3-0 Cleveland, however. So Petralli, Buechele, and Espy to face Candiotti here in the 7th. Gino is 0 for 2. Struck him out. That's 4 for Candiotti. An 0-2 knuckler in there at the knees. Never been, but one of your friends, John, was married at the Jake. When they moved downtown, was it 93? They sold out every game for 3 or 4 years. Steve Buechele is 0 for 1. And that is passed Upshaw to right field. Snyder will throw it in. And Steve has a single. Second hit for the Rangers. Here's Espy. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Wonder how much it costs to get married at a ballpark. Not just in financial things, but they had the bride go, oh yeah, I got married at Wrigley Field. I couldn't tell a cub from a bear, but he wanted to get married at Wrigley Field. 1 out. Ground ball, a slow one to Upshaw. Goes to Bell for 1. Jay will throw late, and Espy's going to reach on the fielder's choice 3-6. So 2 out for Brown, who's 0 for 3. Candiotti 6 2/3, 114 pitches, 27 batters, 2 hits. I think he's hit 3. He's allowed 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Espy with great speed on first. Candiotti throws over there, and he's back. 3-0 Indians here, 2 out, top the 7th. Espy stays put. Brown into right field. Snyder runs in, Rod to Swin, and makes the catch. Maybe. Nope. It's a dive. He's not going to make the catch. He will keep that in front of him just so Espy won't go to third. Let's see if that backfires. They're going to try it. He's going to throw in that direction. He doesn't have much of a chance. The throw is going to be in there, but late. So they saw the chance and tried to take it, and Snyder has a pretty good arm, but Espy can fly. 2 out, runners on the corners for McDowell. To be 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and stolen a base. Allenson and Candiotti are there. Have a conversation. We change around some signs. Here's the pitch. Slow ground ball to Bell. Jay goes to first. And that will retire the side. The Rangers threaten do not score. Stretch time, 3-0 Cleveland. So 3-0 Indians here as we play the bottom of the 7th. Candiotti still working on the shutout. He might have an inning left in him. Milt Hall 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and driven in 2. That came in the first. In the left center field, that's going to be a base hit. Incaviglia will cut it off. Hall around first. I think he's going to try for 2. He is. Incaviglia's got a good arm, and Hall is in there with a second double. I think he took advantage of that wet outfield. Knew it would take a weird hop. 9th hit for the Indians. Here's Jacoby. Brook is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Huff deals. Base hit right field. Hall should score with ease. He will. Espy picks it up. Jacoby has himself an RBI single, and it's 4-0 Cleveland. So here's Corey Snyder. Corey 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Into line drives to third, as I know how to call the ball game. Buechele is there. 1 out. Caught me off guard. Here's Jay Bell. Jay 1 for 3 with a K in a single. 1 out here in the 7th. Cleveland has another run in, and it's 4-0. Into right. Espy coming in. Foul territory. Foul. And somebody from Cleveland made the catch. 0-2 the count. And there you go. You can't have a game in 88 without a balk. We actually had one yesterday. I believe they didn't have one. So Jacoby goes to second, an 0-2 count. Bobby Valentine has the Groucho outfit ready just in case he gets thrown out. And a 2-strike count to Bell. And he loses him. He has him 0-2 and lost him on a walk. So 5 walks allowed by Huff. He's now walked 15 and 25 and a third. And here's Allenson. Andy is 2 for 3. Jacoby on second. Bell on first. 1 out. Indians already have 1 in here in the 7th. Petrali and Huff have a word. And he walked him. So again, the bases are loaded. That's the 6th walk. Huff, 36 batters, 137 pitches, 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 walks, some hit batsmen, 8 strikeouts, and all 4 runs are earned. The bases are loaded. 1 out for Franco, who is 0 for 3, a walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. Base hit left field. Jacoby's going to score. That's not very deep. Incavilla has it. Good throw to third, and Bell knew to hold up. So it's now 5-0 Cleveland. The bases remain loaded for Willie Upshaw, who is 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, scored, and struck out. Huff stays in the ball game. Slow ground ball to O'Brien. That will get 1 in, I think. Throw to Fletcher for 1. Scott throws to O'Brien late, so Upshaw will reach on the fielder's choice. Bell will score, and it's 6-0 Cleveland. So here's Tabler. 1 for 3. A single, a run scored, and a strikeout. Can't believe Charlie's still pitching in this game. Tabler rips this one into right center. Allenson's going to score. Tabler is in the second. The throw is not in time. Upshaw scores all the way from first, and the Indians have cracked this one open 8-0. And Dwayne Vaughn, is he a Wild thing? He's coming in to pitch. How you doing, Big Dave? So Huff and puffed and got knuckleballed all the way out. We don't have a picture for Mr. Vaughn, who's 29 years old. Fastball at 87. He's only going to pitch 8 times all year. He pitched in last night's 8-1 loss to Cleveland. Went 2 innings, 21 pitches, 2 hits. So overall for Vaughn, 7 1/3. 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and a strikeout. And he is only available through July 4th. So Joe Carter, 1 for 2 today, has walked twice, driven in a run. Yeah, that's a great shot of your Municipal Stadium, even with the Browns field there. Two out. Built for an Olympics Cleveland never got. Pitch to Carter. Line back to Vaughn, and that'll do it. However, the Indians have broken this one open. 5 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. You can leave on 11 when you lead 8-0. So Candiotti to face Fletcher, Incavilla, and O'Brien here in the 8th. Scott 0 for 2. Dave will forever associate that stadium with the grounds crew spray painting the field green on national TV. That happened an awful lot in that era. I think I've told you the story about the first game ever at Dodger Stadium, right? Pitch to Fletcher. There's a ground ball to first. Upshaw to the bag. 1 out. Now, of course, that game was not televised in L.A. I forget if they had played the Giants, it would have been televised back to San Francisco. Incavilla 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Anyway, 1962. Certainly wasn't in color. And anything that would have been in the papers would not have been in color because the grass hadn't really taken at Dodger Stadium. They colored it black so it would look nice and lush and green for the paper. But yes, Incaviglia 0 for 2. That's high and deep into left. Hall is there. And Mel will make the catch 2 out. Going to give Candiotti maybe a chance to get the shutout. Here's O'Brien. Pete has walked twice and is 0 for 1. I think I've also told you before what many consider to be the greatest football game ever played, the '58 NFL Championship game. Well, Yankee Stadium had been pretty chewed up at that point. And so not only was there hay all over the field, but cow manure. And so all those players that got dirty and muddy and all that went for a roll in the poo as well. O'Brien, ground ball to Bell. Jay has it over to first for the out. So we'll see about Candiotti. We go to the bottom of the 8th. He's still throwing a shutout. No runs, no hits, no errors. Cleveland 8, Texas nothing. So Vaughn will stay in the ball game to face Hall, who was 2 for 4, single, double, 2 RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. Jacoby and Corey Snyder to follow. Hall, slow ground ball to Brown, over to O'Brien for the out. Cleveland, 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and they've left on 11. To be fair, after 3, they had left on 8. Texas, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, and they have left on 8. Jacoby is 2 for 4. Brooke has singled twice, driven in a run, scored, and struck out. In the right center, McDowell runs over, makes the catch, 2 out. For Corey Snyder, who is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He's the only Cleveland batter not to reach. When we get to the 9th, it'll be Kemp, Petralli, and Buechele as the Rangers try to storm back. They are down by 8. Snyder in the left field. Incaviglia will grab that. Then we go to the 9th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Cleveland 8, Texas nothing. So let's see what the computer does here. Kemp is 0 for 3. Candiotti looking for a second win of the replay. Throwing a 3-hit shutout, and if that holds, he'll be your Digital Dice MVP. Kemp has struck out and is 0 for 3. And Larry Parrish is going to pinch hit. That's the right move. Larry not much better. You don't pinch hit for the DH at 184, 2 homers, and 10 RBI. 35 years old. Played for the Red Sox before all is said and done. Candiotti deals. Struck him out. That's 5 for Tom, 1 away. Here's Petralli, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Doc Edwards contemplating when to go to the pen. He would like to give Candiotti the CG, but we'll see. Pitch to Gino. It was 0 for 3. Ground ball to Franco. Over to Upshaw, and that'll do it. John says may not see Kemp again. Probably not. His career will be over in a couple weeks. Isn't that kind of the freaky thing about doing all these is you know how things turn out, and they don't have a clue. I mean, we're pretty much right at the cusp of Tommy Herr and Tom Brunansky being traded for each other, which I didn't know about until we started doing this replay. 2 out, last chance saloon, Steve Buechele, 1 for 2. Candiotti has held the Rangers to 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 hit batsmen, and 5 strikeouts. And Ruben Sierra is going to delay the proceedings because he's going to pinch hit. Sierra has an 8-game hitting streak. By the way, Fletcher's hitting streak is over at 11. Sierra at 273, 2 homers, and 11 RBI. Again, Texas isn't a bad team. I don't think they can pitch all that well. Pitch to Ruben. Into left field. Hall in the corner. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game. Right on the track, and Candiotti throws a 146-pitch complete game. And the Indians win a laugher 8-0. So in 3 hours and 23 fake minutes, 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Cleveland. They leave on 11. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Texas. And they leave on 8. Candiotti, 9 innings. He goes to 2-2, a 3-hitter. He is your digital dice MVP. He walked 3, he hit 3, and he struck out 5. Charlie Huff, it was rough. 6 2/3, he falls to 0-3 on the year. 12 hits, 8 runs, all earned. He walked 6 and struck out 8. And Vaughn retired all 4 men he faced. So 8-12-0 for the Indians, who go to 10-5. The Rangers fall to 5-9. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors. So at the moment, the Indian lead is a game and a half. Let's play the rest of this full Wednesday, April 20th. Rick Sutcliffe shuts out the Expos 3-0. He goes to 3-1. McGaffigan takes a loss. Andre Dawson loved to sack it to Montreal. He goes 3 for 4. Seattle beats Chicago 5-2. Matt Moore 1-1. Ricky Horton 1-2. Ray Quinones 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. Good thing we didn't do the Angels and A's, right? 8-3. California wins. Mike Witt goes to 3-1. They pound out 17 hits. Bob Welch, sentimental lady that he is, goes to 1-2. Dickie Schofield 3 for 5, a triple and a stolen base. St. Louis doubles Pittsburgh 6-3. Matthews 1-1. Bob Walk 1-1. Ozzie Smith stole 2 and went 2 for 4. Reds are 12-3. They beat San Francisco 6-4. Jose Rio 3-0. Scott Gereltz 0-4. Barry Larkin 3 for 5, a double and a stolen base. Mets beat the Phils 3-1. Dwight Gooden goes to 3-1. Shane Rawley falls to 2-2, and Randy Myers picks up his 7th save. Break up the Royals. They beat the Jays in Toronto 2-0. Gene Garber 1-0. Tom Henke 0-3. Tony Fernandez 3 for 3. Twins beat the Yankees 6-1 in Minnesota. Frank Viola gets his first win of the year. Tommy John falls to 1-1. Tommy's going to be 9,000 at this point. Greg Gagne 4 for 4 with a stolen base. Milwaukee beats the Orioles 3-2. Dan Plesac gets his first win. Tom Niedenfuer falls to 0-2. Robin Yount 2 for 3, a double and a stolen base. And last but not least, the Astros 7, the Braves 1. Mike Scott goes to 2-2. Tommy Glavine falls to 1-2. And Billy Hatcher 3 for 5 and a stolen base. Next week on this channel, Monday, you'll see Oakland and Chicago. From Comiskey Park, Ontiveros versus McDowell. On Wednesday, write this down, Dodger fans. It's the Dodgers and the Giants, Hershiser and Krukow. And then Thursday, from the big old ballpark in the Bronx, Kansas City, and New York. That's what's scheduled to be. You just never know. Tomorrow, we pre-play the NFL Conference Championship games. Until noon then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.